starting 10th on the grid, but if anyone can, Carl can. Pittingale and Patterson on the front row, Yeomans and Dimelo, Nichols and Richardson from Mills and Rainbird, with Kieran Gordon lining up alongside Carl Churchill. Big news is that from the back of the grid, the number 2, Brian Trott, does not look like he's made it out onto the grid. So technical difficulties keeping him away from the Senior Masters A final. So that could have a big effect in terms of the championship. But we'll see how the race plays on without him. Pittingale getting a good start there alongside Joe Patterson, trying to go round the outside, but Pittingale slots in neatly into first position. And that's the 3-time world champion who hits the front from pole position once again. So they sweep through the S's for the first time. Oh, there's a spin in the mid-pack. That's Mills. Oh, my word! Big shunt there. Several karts coming a cropper on that one. Mills, it looks as though he's lost a wheel, actually. Giles is involved. Port, Nichols. I'm fairly sure that's Friday involved as well. And I think Lawrence got caught out. Unbelievable. So we go to the restart. Pittingale and Patterson on the run to the first corner, and Pittingale once again hits the front. Dimelo trying to tuck through into third position. We're on board with George Friday once again, chasing after Dandridge. Look at that, he gets the undercut sweep. He might actually have the momentum to go right round the outside of Dunlop here. And has he done it? Yes, he has. So he's got Nichols and Nichols in front of him. No relation, just to confuse us. Ben and Steve. And through to the Rogerson straight once again. Pittingale in front, Patterson in second position. Third at the moment is Ben Yeomans. Now, John Viger says he doesn't think the double champion in the Masters class, Joe Patterson, will win the title in 2015. I think Joe might have something to say about that over the course of the season, and he's going to let his driving do the talking here. So here is George Friday. Lucky escape in the first start, of course, and that is Ben Nichols getting the pass done on Steve Nichols in the 181. Pittingale, he's actually really struggling under braking there for Dunlop. He almost locks up completely. A couple of drivers just going a little bit wide on the exit of the Dunlop hairpin. Back on board with Friday as he looks out onto Steve Nichols' rear. Down the Rogerson straight once again into Luna. Patterson giving Pittingale a real run for his money. Yeomans in third and Sam Dimelo in fourth position. Now, let's not forget that Dimelo, last time out at Shennington, he spun it away down to 25th position at Cafe Corner, fought his way back up to lead. He was 17th by the end of the first lap, and he came through to win it. Friday making the move, finally gets the move done on Steve Nichols in the 181. Now he can get up to Ben in the 219. But Patterson dragging Yeomans in the Lotus-coloured kart, the black and gold, along with him. Yeomans is tucked in there in fourth position. And we look back to the rest of the pack. Those 5 just about starting to make a bit of a break now on the rest of the field. But Pittingale, 3-time world champion, still out in front. This is one of those moments where it doesn't matter how many titles you've strung together, how many successes and race wins you've had in all the individual classes. Only thing that matters is you're driving on the day at the moment. And Ben Yeomans tries again to make the move on Patterson. It's not going to happen, and that's going to give Dimelo a great opportunity to have a look into Dunlop. And look, Dimelo is having to defend there. So Ben Yeomans, 33, the Club 100 lightweight sprint champion back in 2006. He knows everything there is to know about pack racing in this style, and he'll be able to defend very avidly from the front of the field. Third position, just in front of Dimelo, and sat behind him in fifth position. That's the 140 of Adam Nichols at Shennington. He was third in the A final after being seventh in the pre-final, so he hasn't written his own script yet. And the 210 just behind of Joe Richardson, getting himself nicely into the battle for sixth position at the moment. So these 6 have broken clear of the rest of the pack. Half a dozen drivers then charging for the win. Patterson just having another look at Pittingale again. Pittingale just a little bit loose on the brakes into Dunlop, and somehow he manages to catch it. It's a very spectacular way of driving. It's a very McRae style driving. He loves to get the tail out a little bit. He's a very physical driver, is Pittingale. It's brilliant to watch. It's great spectator. It's great for the spectators, I suppose. It's a great feature of Pittingale's driving, but what that's going to do is that's only going to fire up the 5 drivers right behind him to have a charge at him. So Yeomans is starting to have a little pop on the inside of Patterson. Patterson goes for Pittingale. Thank you very much indeed. Patterson hits the front for the first time, and the double champion in the Masters Series is now having a clear track in front of him to do battle. Still, again, Pittingale just gets a little bit loose on the way to Dunlop. Here comes Dimelo, championship leader, of course, after that spectacular drive at Shennington. He's in fourth position at the moment, stuck behind Yeomans, but it isn't going to be too long before he tries to make that move his own. So Yeomans on the 214, just tucked in behind Pittingale. He's got to time it right if he's going to make the move, but he has got a great exit out of Luna, and he can just carry the speed, carry the momentum down the straight. There's barely any room at all, and Pittingale shuts the door. You're not getting there. Amazing. Pittingale defends very avidly. There was nothing wrong in how he did that either. He just let him know, I'm going to block you, you're not going to come through here, and he ended up causing a little bit of a moment there because Yeomans ran out of road. Up to 4th position now. As a result of that has come the 140 of Adam Nichols, and that's a collision. Around has gone the 132, that's Tim Hill. Didn't quite see who he went with, but Tim Hill out of the race. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get that kart restarted, but it looks as if his day is done. 3rd position then for Yeoman, still trying to close in on Pittingale. Patterson holds the lead, but now Pittingale's got a great run out of Luna. He's going to try and go right round the outside. Nope, that's not possible. I think that would break the laws of physics if he manages to get through around the outside of the S's, but he's going to try again into Dunlop. He's going to hold it round the outside and tuck in for the undercut. This is a good move shaping up here. Patterson's trying to hold him back, but Yeomans is there, and here comes Pittingale on the inside. They're side by side. They're almost 3 wide. Patterson manages to hold on to it for now. So we're on board with George Friday once again as he closes up to the back of Ken Stewart. Through the left as he gets onto the Rogerson straight. Stewart just looks behind. He's just checking to see where Friday is, where he might put the kart. He defends to the inside line. Let's ride on board. Great speed off the corner. Great momentum. Look, he just charges forward. There's nothing Stewart can do. He's a sitting duck. He's got no slipstream to help him out, and he sweeps by very nicely indeed this Friday. Very nice line out of Luna. That's critical. If you get the line right through Luna Bend, you can make up 3 or 4 places. He is a great move, though. Pittingale surges through on the inside. Back into the lead he goes, and Nichols, I think, has managed to get through into 3rd place. Not quite. Yeoman's just getting the door shut in time. Dimolo has actually fallen to the back of this queue, though. He's now down to 6th place. So this is exactly the kind of race Dimolo wasn't able to have last time. He wanted to race with the pack right from the start. He had to surge his way through. Nichols now making the move, though, on Yeomans. And that's going to work. Very nicely done indeed. He gets onto the inside line. Oh, he's given him a bit of a clout there by accident. Yeoman's just giving a little bit of a nudge to Nichols. He signals, come on, mate, what are you doing? I don't think that was intentional. I think that was, he managed to get a good run off the corner, and he just ended up giving him a little bit of a nudge as he goes through. Cameraman on this corner directly in the sunlight, making things difficult, and Richardson goes for an absolutely impossible move on the inside of Ben Yeomans. Not quite sure what he was thinking there. That's a very low percentage move for that point on the circuit at that point in the race. That was a bit of a daring-do move, and I don't think he's... well, I'm not sure what he was hoping to gain from that one, because he certainly hasn't gained any positions. Up the inside comes Patterson, and he's going to be followed through by Adam Nichols. Pittingale runs a little bit wide as a result of that move, and Nichols gets through in a 2nd place. Pittingale now signalling to Yeomans, come on, let's get after these boys. I'm fed up. I've been nudged a little bit here. I've lost my lead, and I'm down to 3rd position. Let's work together. Let's get these boys. Great jostling, great pack racing here at Three Sisters. And that's put Patterson into a clear advantage in front. Adam Nichols 2nd now, 3rd Pittingale, 4th Yeomans, and in 5th position, just watching all this happen. He's not quite got himself into the battle yet. He's being careful, and he's actually been very clever. Sat in 5th place is Sam Dimolo. He's watching these guys scrapple for position, and he's biding his time. There goes Pittingale, back into 2nd place. Nichols shuts the door in time for Yeomans. And again, Dimolo, look, he's doing everything right in 5th position. He's just waiting for his moment. He doesn't need to get involved in this. If he tries, he could well get taken out. So he's just sitting behind them and waiting for the moment. Very nice move. There is the 6th position man. That is the 210, Joe Richardson, just trying to recover things. He's at the head of the next queue, but he's lost so much time and so much momentum. Looks like 6th position might be all he gets at this one, unfortunately. So Pittingale trying to get away from Nichols, Yeomans and Dimolo. Patterson just holding on to a very slender lead at the moment. Yeoman's just having a little bit of a look at Nichols, not actually making a move. It's actually more profitable for the 3 guys in 2nd, 3rd and 4th to edge their way closer to the leader, and that's exactly what they've done. Pittingale now going for the move on the inside. Take that, sunshine, and here comes Patterson on the undercut. You're not getting past that easy, mate. I don't care if you're a 3-time world champion. I want this one. And he gets him straight back again, down the pit straight and into the right-hander at the paddock. Absolutely fantastic. So Nichols again just sitting tight in 3rd position, and now look, Dimolo has got himself right onto the back of this train. Now he's starting to think about where he can make the moves. He's watched them scrap. They've worn each other out. The tyres are a little bit tougher to control for these four. Look, Dimelo, he's not even going the same line as these four battling out in front. He's picking his moment with care as Yeomans goes right round the outside. And has he managed to get that move done on Nichols? He has! That was a stunning move from Yeomans. And that's given Pittingale a bit of a hurry up here. He's trying to get on terms with Patterson. Patterson trying to defend once again. Sweeps left, sweeps right. There's no way through. He's perfectly within his rights to do that. I'd have to mention 7th place, Carl Churchill. So he has made up 3 places. But with these 5 spreading their legs out in front, he's not really able to close in on them. Pittingale a little bit wide through Luna Bend. This could be an opportunity for Yeomans if he's got a good exit off the corner. Look at the defensive moves from Patterson. We're only just over halfway. Pittingale round the outside of the S's. Surely he's not going to be able to hold that off. Runs a little bit wide. Oh, it was brave, but it wasn't quite going to work. Great, good effort though from Pittingale. That was committed, and he was determined to try and make it work. It's dropped him down to 3rd though. Yeomans through into 2nd place. Patterson still holding the lead. So Pittingale tries again on the inside. No, he's gone together with Yeomans. Oh dear. It's going to, oh, and Friday clipped him on the way past. So it looks as though, I think that was George Friday who clipped Pittingale as he went through. We'll have to have another look at that, but all of that has put Dimelo in front of Nichols and Yeomans. He's through. He timed it well. Look, here's Pittingale. Tries to get going again. He obviously hasn't looked to see who's coming next. And bang! Poor Friday. He missed the first problems on the restart and he gets clipped on the curb. I wonder, can we go on board? Yes, we can. Into the left-hander, and here comes Pittingale. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. He left him no room at all. And Friday's race absolutely destroyed. Well, I have to say, that was not really a Barnaby Pittingale style move. Frustration crept in there. And I know he didn't want to lose time, but he lost face trying to not lose time. All that has also brought Joe Richardson right onto the back of this pack. He's up to 5th position now, of course. And now there's 4 drivers battling for 2nd place. Dimelo is at the front of this pack. Exactly what I was telling you about. He can watch what happens in front of him and pick his moment wisely. And he's up to 2nd place. Now it's just him and Patterson if he can get away from these 3. Yeomans, Nichols and Richardson. But I'm not sure he's going to be able to get away from them just yet. 6th position, that's Carl Churchill. And he's not really in a position to close up on these 4. Dimelo, he looks behind them. The other 3 are dumbfounded. It's almost as if Dimelo has just caught them by surprise and gone, okay, you guys squabble. I'll just nip by on the inside, guys. Thanks very much. I'll move up to 2nd. I'll chase after Patterson if you 3 can't manage it. And he's now defending himself here. 4 laps to go. Dimelo sensing the need to defend when really he should be on the attack. He should be encouraging the 3 guys behind. Come on, we have a chance to win this if we can get closer to Patterson. And Yeomans is through. Yeomans is through past Dimelo. Well, considering Dimelo was holding the inside line, does that mean he did the move again round the outside of Paddock? I wouldn't have thought, through the S's, sorry. I would have thought nobody could get through there round the outside, but clearly Yeomans has proved me wrong and Pittingale has desperately tried to prove me wrong. So here comes Dimelo again, having a look on the back of Yeomans, trying to get a good run out of Luna. It can give you about 6 to 7 kart lengths if you get it right. 3 laps to go. Patterson out in front. Well, John Viger, it might be time to find a hat to start eating it because it's very much looking as though it's one-way traffic for Patterson here at Three Sisters. Yeomans has actually pulled out a bit of a gap on Dimelo. Has Dimelo got a problem? Because Dimelo, having got himself into 2nd position, well, man who's charging his way up through the field just behind Carl Churchill. There he is coming into view. Stephen Knowles started from 24th on the grid. He's sat in 7th position. So he has flown through the field. Brilliant stuff. And he's got himself firmly into the top 10. And it's moments like that where he's just silently got on with the job and put himself neatly into contention that's going to give him a lot of bragging points over the course of the season. And that will do his championship chances no end of good too. Now that Yeomans has got past Dimelo, he's starting to close in on Patterson a little bit. The gap has come down slightly. If Yeomans can drag the other 3 along with him, Dimelo, Richardson and Nichols, we might still have a 5-kart scrap for the victory here. Churchill not close enough to do anything about it. Patterson leads, but I think that's too big a gap, really. It's going to take a mistake from the Double Masters champion to lose this lead now, and he's not a Double Masters champion for nothing. Now that he's out in front, he looks back, he knows the distance, he doesn't need to push at 10 tenths here. 9.5 will do, thanks, as he goes into the last lap. Second place, still Yeoman's. Fastest lap though, Joe Richardson, 40.714, putting himself neatly into fourth place. He could still get the podium off Dimolo here. Out to Dunlop, down the pit straight, right, left, and it's looking neat and tidy for Patterson. It's not done yet though, he can't really afford to ease off. Yeomans is doing everything he can. He's trying to put in a lap record here to try and close up on Patterson. He's close, but he's not close enough. 1 or 2 laps longer, he might have been able to take the win off Joe Patterson, but not today. It's going to be a victory for the reigning champion in the Masters Series. Brilliant work, and he's very, very happy about it. Massive power slide, and that's good. A handshake with the second place man, Yeomans. Third position for Dimolo ahead of Joe Richardson.